Hi everyone, my name is Rachel and I would like to show you how I make faux glass flowers. I bought these flowers for my mom because she likes purple, and I just started using the melting pot, Suze Weinberg melting pot by Ranger Industries. It is so much fun. I really hope you will enjoy this video. These are the flowers that I'm going to show you how to make. I've only made 2 so far because I wanted to make this video. So let's get started. First of all, what you're going to need is, of course, the Ranger melting pot, and I'm going to adjust my camera so that you can see more. This is the Suze Weinberg melting pot. I'm being careful because it is on. I purchased this at Texas Art Supply. I live in Texas, so Texas Art Supply. You can also go to their website, texasart.com, I believe is the website. Okay, and basically what I'm going to do is this is my first video, so I'm going to try really hard to do this right, as best as I can anyway. So you can see. I've also got here, let's see if you can see this, just a simple Rubbermaid piece of Tupperware, and it's deep, okay, because the method in which I found works best, yeah, you're going to need it. I burnt myself earlier doing this, so you don't want to do that definitely because it hurts really, really bad. You also might want to get the cool tools that come with it. This is the spatula, this is a little spoon, and tweezers. I'm also using a skewer to help. The flowers, of course. I bought these at Walmart. They were $1, and so they were just really, really pretty. So there's the flower. Now, what you're going to do is, if you're doing several projects with your melt pot, then you probably want to save this project kind of as a solitary thing. Because as I will show you, I didn't realize the flowers bleed, but they bleed. This is actually purple tinged. I don't know how well you can see that on my camera because it kind of distorts colors a little bit. But, so anyway, what I've basically done is, have your tweezers handy by the way, is I've taken the flower and I have dipped it. And I am pushing down on the petals so that the UD ultra thick embossing enamel, I'm using clear. I'm also using the flex, the UD flex that goes along with it. All by it's part of the Suze Weinberg Ranger Industry product line. And then you want to carefully lift it up. Yeah, it looks kind of funky now. Just let it drip. Now here's where your plastic tub is going to come in handy. Once you start getting the strings, which you may or not see, transfer over and twirl. Twirl, twirl, twirl. As you're twirling, it is going to dry rather quickly. Again, don't worry about the strings because you can always clip them off. And I'm going to just keep twirling. I'm going to put my lid back on. Move this out of the way so I can get closer so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm just twirling this thing. If you can see all these little whatever coming off from you twirling it. Yeah, got one on myself earlier today. Hurt very bad because this is molten hot. So once you're done twirling it, you know, when you see that it's pretty stiff and whatnot, you can probably stop twirling at that point. Now, at this stage, it is still flexible. So what you can do while it's still flexible is you can very carefully manipulate, I don't want to use my fingers, the petals. And don't worry about tweezer marks or anything like that, because I'm going to show you how to fix all that. So, yeah, okay, I'm pretty pleased with how that looks. Now what you're going to do is take some scissors and you're going to cut all these goofy little stringy things that kind of happen. Now you can use any scissors you like because they're easy to clean up. This stuff is really easy to work with, and it cleans off your tools pretty well. So you want to just trim it up, and now I don't know if you can see this right here. Get my finger out of the way. It's a point where a string was. I don't like it there because and there's one here too. So all I'm going to do is get right above where the petal is, and I'm going to clip, because they tend to fly, clip down into my bowl. And at this point it is cool enough for you to touch. I do recommend taking an instrument of any kind, like it could be your scissors or a skewer or the spatula or whatever, and just, and if it's hard enough, then you know you can touch it. Now it's still going to be warm to the touch, but it will not burn you, not at this point, since it is cooled off so much. So I'm just going to keep snipping here and get it looking the way I want it to. Now, if you're working with lighter colored flowers, you definitely don't want to let your pot sit for too long while doing this project. Oh, sorry, that was my email going off. UD is, after so long, the clear UD, it starts turning into an amber-like color, and unless you want that color on your flowers, your lightly colored flowers, then you want to try and do this about as quick as possible. That way your flowers, say if you're doing white flowers, which, you know, I don't really recommend, they won't discolor too bad. As this stuff gets, the longer it sits, the thicker it gets, so I'm having a little trouble clipping. Here is my flower so far. And you want to have your heat tool on hand. This is mine. It's by the Paper Studio. Got it at a Hobby Lobby. Now, all these little imperfections that you have on your flower are all about to disappear, because when you turn on your heat gun, it's going to melt the UD, and you want to have a high setting. I have a dual setting, low, off, high. You want to have a high setting to melt this stuff. And again, work carefully. I'm using the non-stick mat that this UD stuff peels off very easily with. So it's going to get a little loud. I do apologize. Okay, yeah, there you go. Now you can see. Now, here we go. It's going to get a little loud. I'm going to let my heating gun warm up just a little bit before I start this process. And I'm going to begin. And I'm just going to kind of go around the edges of my flower where the little streams were, and I'm going to melt them so that I have nice, smooth edges. And now I'm just going to, in the middle, so I get nice, smooth, nice and smooth, glass-like petals. And I missed some beauty, whatever you want to call them, but I'm melting them into the flour, as you see. Okay, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Set my heat tool back down, and at this point just kind of hold your flour up and let it harden. And this is my faux glass flour. I do hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. I will be making more. The next one will probably be on adding a little bit of bling to the flour. So I thank you and enjoy.